Hello, Professor. My name is Hyunhae Park, and I'm attending your data structure class. And I'm majoring in intelligent mechatronic engineering. I selected a bookstore as a theme of this project. Let me explain the table of contents. First of all, I'd like to tell you my story about the motive of choosing a bookstore as the theme of this project. Next, I will explain the code I made in detail and show you how I execute it myself. Lastly, I will wrap up with a review of this project. The first thing I want to introduce is my idea. I am interested in books and I like to read books. I can't read it often during the semester because I am busy studying and doing homework, but I read it a lot during the vacation. I like reading books of various genres. My favorite genre are novels and essays. Among novels, I like mystery novels the most. There are many mystery writers in the world, but my favorite author is Higashino Keigo. When I read his book, I feel like I'm deducing as the main character of the book. It's an easy to read style, so I'm reading it without even realizing it. And there's always a twist at the end, which increases the reader's fun. There is a Miracle of Namiya General Store, which I like the most among his novels. In the list of books that appear later in the code descriptions. Of course, I like other novels as well as mystery novels. I usually read essays when I have a lot of worries about my own life. When I see the writings of the writers that write their thoughts down, I can relate to them for no reason and feel comforted. So when I have a problem, I read a book and organize my thoughts by myself rather than telling others. It makes me feel a little better. There is something to be careful about when buying a book. The cover and title of the book are so nice that you shouldn't just buy it. I recommend you to read the contents and the structure of the book and buy a book that you are interested in. I often go to the bookstore to see books. No matter what bookstore you go to, there is a must-have function on the bookstore computer. It's a book search function. Search the name of the book I want to find on the bookstore website that is open on the bookstore computer and you can find out where the book is located in the bookstore. With this function, we can find the book we want in a short time without having to look everywhere in the bookstore. I created a bookstore program based on my experience of finding this location information convenient. I wanted to add not only find books, but also other features that could conventionally used by consumers. So I created a program that allows you to choose the book you want, remove it if you change your mind, check the list of books you want to order, and finally make payment of endpoint. The second thing I'm going to talk about is code explanation. The get information function shows a list of the titles and price of the books in the current bookstore. Due to the nature of the program, the number of books is small compared to the actual bookstore. Enter the name of the 10 books and the price data for the books. The price entered below is the original price or 10% discount, which is the data from the official Gyobo bookstore site. I made a total 5 sections A, B, C, D, E. Section A is a novel, and the corresponding books are Damian and the Namiya General Store. Section B is Economy Management, and the corresponding books are Trend Korea and the Millionaire Fast Line. Section C is Science, and the corresponding books are Cosmos and the Selfish Gene. Section D is History Culture, and the corresponding books are Guns, Germ Steel, and 10 Drugs That Changed World History. The last section E is Health, and the corresponding books are Stanford, Best Way to Recover from Fatigue and Patient Evolution. Print out the name and price of the book at a glance using for statement. It introduced the file section and show a list of operations that allow the user to choose which features to use. I wanted to make a double-linked list that can move in both directions. Create a structure node, priv structure node next in it. Set the number variable of the book, whether to pack the book in paper or plastic, the number of books you ordered, the guest name variable, and the actual accumulated point variable. To dynamically allocate the size of the node to be entered, I created a function called getNode. I received the node input using a double pointer and allocated the memory. The search book function literally looks for books. When the number of the book is entered, the location of the book is printed. As I introduced in the getInformation function earlier, there are a total 5 sections. A. A. Novel, B. Economy Management, C. Science, D. History Culture, E. Health. For example, if I want to find the Selfish Gene book and type number 7, please go to C section, Science will appear. I try to use a polite way of speaking like a guide from a real bookstore. I created a function called addBook to add the linked list by entering the information. After structure node P, memory is dynamically allocated to P. Then the information you received, the book number, packaging type, recommendation, name, and earned point into the node P. Connect P's priv to T's priv and P's next to T. Then connect the next of T's priv to P, and connect T's priv to P. By doing so, I can store the information entered on the last node. In the delete book function, users add a book to their shopping cart to buy it, but they change their mind and want to delete it. Del means the number of books to delete. Execute for statement by total count. After looking at the top of the list, if the number of the book identical to the del number appears, disconnect the linked list and delete the book. Next, it outputs a statement that the deletion was completed and returns one decrease in total count. If the deletion does not proceed properly, print the statement that it is not and return total count. In the check order function, you can check what books you bought and how much you have to pay before calculating the books in your shopping cart. After confirming your name, Print the book name, number, and total price you have bought so far by applying the information stored in the linked list. With this feature, users can easily and conventionally check their shopping cart at once. The Paybook function shows the bill to finally calculate the books in the shopping cart. Show the user's name and run full statement by total count to show the information of the books in the shopping cart so far and to accumulate points. Use the while statement to look at the linked list and earn points when the user's name appears. Finally, show the total amount to be paid and the total points earned. The main function initially creates a head node and a tail node, receive memory allocation using get node and connect each other. Then create a variable to enter the book number and book price. Use the get information function to enter information, and it generates additional necessary variables. Use while statement to proceed with the program. Print out the number of visitors and enter their names. It allows you to run the operations you want. If O is 0, perform a book search function that allows you to find a book. When you enter a book name, it prints out the location where the book is located. If O is 1, perform a add book function that puts your favorite books into your shopping cart. After entering the book number, you can choose whether to pack paper or plastic. When you receive a number other than 0 or 1, an error message appears. Then choose how many books to buy. If you want to buy 0 books, you will get an error message. Otherwise, you will accumulate points for 1% of the price. Perform the add book function afterward. If O is 2, perform the delete book function. Enter the book number you want to delete and run the function. If O is 3, perform a check order function to confirm the order sheet. If O is 4, perform a payment function to calculate the books in your shopping cart. When the payment is complete, break the statement. Ask the user if they want to run the program again by selecting 0 or 1. If 0 is entered, exit. Other proceed with the program. That's the end of the code description. The third thing I want to show you is code execution. Now I'm going to show you how to execute my code that I've described earlier. Write my name where you write the visitor's name. Find the location of book number 6, 10 drugs that changed world history, and put a book in your shopping cart. Find the location of fourth book Cosmos and put the 2 books in your shopping cart. In my shopping cart. Find the location of fifth book, The Miracles of Namiya General Store, and put 2 books in my shopping cart. After checking my order, delete number 4 book. Finally, check the details and proceed with the payment. Enter 0 to exit the program. This is an example. The last thing I want to talk about is goals. I think the most important function in the bookstore is to find books and pay for books. Because it is difficult to predict how many customers will come, I planned the project using a linked list that allows you to add or delete nodes when needed. Unlike an array that may be memory wasted or out of memory. Linked lists work fast, unlike arrays that need to move the index. Because there is no memory problem for storing information, and in the event of information deletion, it can change connection between nodes. Also, you can store relevant information together so that you can manage information conventionally. It was hard to code, but it was worthwhile time to express my favorite place, the bookstore, through this project. When I go to the bookstore after the exam, I will keep thinking about the program I made. My explanation may have been somewhat lacking, but I believe that my plans have been delivered well. I hope my presentation was a little fun. Thank you for watching my presentation.